So in this video we want to go over how to resize an image from your desktop. Now we've just downloaded this image from Unsplash and it's super cute, but Unsplash, like all professional photography websites, have high resolution images. So you'll see if we check the dimensions on this image, it's 3456 by 2304 pixels, which is quite high. They do go a lot higher than that, but most of the time the absolute maximum that's recommended is 2000 pixels in width. So you can see that this is dramatically over that. Now you could upload this image and one of three things may happen. So number one, it may be completely rejected and they'll tell you to resize it. Number two, they may accept it but then compress it or distort it so that it fits the dimensions that they want, which is never good. Or if you're uploading it to, say, your website or your blog, then it can dramatically reduce your page upload time, which is not a good outcome. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that this image maintains its loveliness, but is also a size that's more manageable. And also it'll take up less memory on your computer. So we want to go into Paint. So this is our editing tool. I'm on Windows. If you're on a Mac system, then it'll be slightly different, but this is how you would do it on Windows, and the menus will just be in a different place on a Mac, but you will essentially be able to get the same result. So when we go into this, you'll see that the image is so large that you actually hardly see any of the dog until we scroll along. So we want to resize that. So in the top left, you'll see Resize. Click into that and a new window will appear. Now we want to make sure that the ratio stays the same so that it's not distorted. So we want to make sure that this box is ticked. And if you knew that you wanted it to be 50% smaller or 30% smaller, then you could use the percentages. But for this, we're going to use the pixels because we want this to be an absolute maximum of 2000 pixels, and we're going to click OK and see how that looks. So you can see that you can see more of the dog, it's reduced the size of the picture, and it's a bit more manageable. So if you have the ratio box ticked, it will automatically change the vertical. So if you change the vertical, for example, then you'll see that it'll change the horizontal. We're going to move it to 1000 pixels just for ease, and you'll see that the dog is much more visible and the image is still completely intact. There's no distortion there. Now I'm going to save that for now, and if we go back into the image that's been saved, we go back into properties, you'll see that the new dimensions are there. So we have a much smaller file, much more manageable. And if we click back into Paint, I want to just show you, if you take away the ratio element of it, and say you wanted one, this is an average cover photo dimension. Oops, no, 400, not 4000. And you'll see how distorted that image becomes. So if you need to use custom dimensions, it's much more manageable to use a program like Canva, and you can move the image around to suit your needs rather than risk it becoming distorted. I'm going to just change that back. Dun dun dun. Well, it was 1000, I think, and then I believe it was 666. And you'll see, yeah, that's exactly how you want it to look. You don't want it to look that kind of distorted way. So I'll link to Canva and Unsplash below, and also all the instructions that we've went through here will be underneath this video. See you next time.